Folks, the jig is indeed up. The Pittsburgh Steelers have not made a quarterback signing. However, they have made 2 brand new signings. Make that 3. My apologies. Breaking news. The Pittsburgh Steelers have signed 3 players. Those 3 players who we'll go in depth to are Juan Thornhill, the safety from the Cleveland Steamers, Isaiah Loudermilk, they brought him back on a 1-year deal, and Daniel Ekuale, the New England Patriots starting right end from last season. My apologies if I got that wrong, but let's dive into all these players. All right, we'll start off with the Juan Thornhill. He's going to be the 3rd chess piece. He's not really going to be like an Isaiah Simmons, who I kind of would have preferred. But I'm very happy with this move. I mean, he's a 2-time Super Bowl champion along with Darius Slay and Kenneth Gainwell. So those guys all got that championship-like mentality, and they know what being a champion takes. And but just back to Thornhill here. He's going to be a solid guy. And then his 2 years with Cleveland, he didn't get any interceptions. But then, like, the years before that with Kansas City, he got 8. And, I mean, can you blame him for doing bad with the Browns? I think everyone does bad with the Browns. You saw with Deshaun Watson. He was good with Houston. I know there's other implications we're not going to get into. But, then when he goes to Cleveland and he forgets how to play football. And it's not only him, too. The only good player that comes to mind when I think about that team, Myles Garrett. And, the guy you just saw on your screen, T.J. Watt. He has robbed T.J. Watt. That is just horrible. I wish, people with brains, actual players, could, make the choices for the Defensive Player of the Year. Because how does Myles Garrett, who has, 7 less sacks, win it? Now, last year, T.J. Watt didn't deserve it. PS2 did deserve it. So they made the right choice there. But, years before, what are we doing? Come on. Back to Thornhill. He's going to be solid for you. I probably already said all this stuff. He's going to be that 3rd rotational guy. And, he's not really a ball hawk. He's solid in run defense. He's solid in pass defense. He'll really just be an all-around solid player, and he'll rotate, and he'll be like DeMonte Casey kind of role. And he's much better than DeMonte Casey. No offense to DeMonte Casey, but it's just, the fact of the matter is that Juan Thornhill is better than DeMonte Casey. But, all right, now moving on to Isaiah Loudermilk. We've seen him in Pittsburgh these past couple of years. He played in 16 games this year. No sacks, no TFLs. But he's a big and bad man. He's a bad man. All right, and what I mean by that is he's a force. Don't mess with him. He'll just be up there at, right or left end, and he'll be clogging up that passageway. Now, he's also not an elite player by any means necessary. He's a rotational guy. I'd assume either him, Logan Lee, or Dean Lowry will get cut at the, cut marks, but that's not important right now. We're just talking about this guy. Yeah, he's solid. He wasn't a starter or anything, but he, would rotate in from every here and now. So, yeah. Now moving on to Daniel Ekuale, who was actually a starter with the Patriots this season. Right now, he's probably a starter, but I would 79% chance and 3/4 of a half chance that the Pittsburgh Steelers draft Kenneth Grant or Walter Nolan with their first overall pick in the draft. And I would be very happy with that. But, he might be, kind of Mitch Trubisky to Kenny Pickett. He will start the first 5 weeks, and then once the rookie gets a feel for the system, the rookie will go in. Or it could be a Zach Frazier where he just, an injury or something just happens. Or the rookie just beats him out in camp and just takes the job right there. But, Ekuale, he was, a good run stopper, too. He didn't really get any sacks. I believe he got 2. I could be wrong there, but that's what I believe. He got 1 or 2 I think he might have gotten 8 TFLs. I'm going to double check that, actually. All right, yeah, so my bad. He had 1 TFL and 1 sack in total. But, that wasn't really his role, though. He was, more of, an interior guy. He wasn't, a guy that would get after the passer. He wasn't, a Watt or Alex Highsmith. He was, a Larry Ogunjobi who got, 3 or 3.5 sacks. I'm pretty confident. I'm not going to fact check that, though. Because, he did some naughty activity. Some performance-enhancing substances. How did he get the Walter Payton Man of the Year nomination? Who knows? But, maybe he's a good guy and he just used that stuff. Who knows? But, yeah, back to Mr. Ekuale over here. I think he'll be that veteran kind of guy. He was a UDFA. He signed with Cleveland. He didn't really start, but he played a little bit. He was rotational. Then he went to New England, and he started last year. The year before, I think he didn't start, but this past year he did start. So, I mean, it's good that he's got that starting experience, and who knows, maybe he can be our Deshaun Elliott of this year's free agency, where he just becomes a stud. I mean, we'll just have to see and see how it all plays out, but I'm pretty pumped for this. I like these movies by Mr. Omar Khan, and folks, with that, here we go, Steelers, here we go.